be like a little bit worse than UKDPA finals.
Worse?
Yeah.
Oh, sick. So there's actually a chance that me and Lawrence could do well in that.
Yeah, but to turn pro, you'd have to win the overall.
Yeah, I'm not going to turn pro though, am I?
I don't know. There's some bad pros.
I don't think that means I'm going to turn pro.
Like if you really wanted to, you could turn pro this year. You'd just have to go to America and do some shit shows in America.
Yeah, but no, that's not happening.
It's not about that.
I'm not about that.
It's all about bringing your best.
Yeah, let's get groovy. It's half 5.
I'm in competition with myself.
That's good, that. Good evening, guys. Welcome back to the podcast. Is this episode 3?
2.
No, it's 3.
2.
Oh, yeah.
It's 3. Yeah, because we did one with...
Without me. Cheers.
Yeah.
Welcome back. I hope you enjoy this episode. First of all, like, subscribe, comment, as always.
Share any stories.
Yeah, that's a big...
that is a big one.
No one's done that yet, I don't think.
Yeah. How many views did we get?
I think
4?
it was actually okay. No, it was actually like...
Us.
I think it was like 80, 90 people.
Oh, that's good, that.
Yeah.
And
so-
no one shared it.
No.
That's outrageous.
So either this pod is outrageously awful, or you just need to get sharing it. So
come on,
can't
guys.
be awful with these now.
No, we got the road
There's
marks in.
literally, I don't know anyone who has this standard of audio.
we've got the best match in the game. I can't see Leo, but it's fine.
It's like peering through.
So yeah, welcome back to the pod. Quite a few bits to go over today. There's been like quite a lot happened just because we've not actually done one in a couple of weeks. So things have moved on massively. Last time we were sort of announcing that Leo was starting prep. Now he's like
2.5 weeks out.
pretty much at the end.
That has flown
Mad.
by. That makes me feel ill.
Yeah. So
He's gone from 10 weeks out to 2.5 weeks out in 2 weeks.
yeah. So do you want to give like a update on where you're
You've
at?
just basically done it.
No, full update. What's happening? Where's your food at, etc.
Don't tell them where your food's at. No one will
Yeah,
come
my
to us,
food
go
is
to.
awfully low. What is it now? So I'm 2.5
Be
weeks
warned.
out from the first show.
Leo's food wouldn't be this low if we had actually started prep
in a good
amount of time.
position.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I started prep. Sorry. I think we mentioned it last pod, but I started prep when we came back from Croatia.
Yeah. That would
And I
be
was
that would be
absolutely
9
in
weeks
the
out
bin.
from this show.
Yeah. That's crazy. So I came back from Croatia, was ill,
Yeah.
then started prep. Didn't think we were going to make this one in 2.5 weeks, but now it looks like we will.
Yeah, because of how hard we've dug.
Yeah. So
It's been a pretty brutal prep. You've been fine with it, to be fair.
no, I have been fine. Yeah, I feel fine. I think that's basically though because I know I'm getting somewhere.
Yeah.
Like I think a couple of weeks ago, like I was talking to Lawrence, and I think I had a bit of a wobble because I didn't feel like I was getting anywhere. Whereas now, I feel like
it's
I
coming
am.
through.
So it doesn't feel as bad. But yeah,
Yeah, I was saying last time Leo was dieting, it was like
in the bin,
Completely
I was
in the bin.
So in the bin.
he didn't want to speak to me. I thought he was like falling out with me. Didn't want to train with me anymore. But like,
We sacked Rotherham off, didn't we?
yeah,
We stopped,
completely.
well, I stopped going to Ultraflex. So I
Don't
was
blame
like,
you, to be honest.
I don't have the energy to even be in that environment. But yeah, this time round, much easier.
To be fair, that
much
was
better.
last time. That was when Ultraflex was like a full-on rave house.
Yeah, literally a rave.
Music was like shaking the building.
It was awful. But yeah,
Um,
2.5 weeks out from the first show, and then
From
how
the
long is it
qualifier.
until?
Yeah, so 2.5 weeks out from the Heart of England qualifier. And Leo, I'm going to say he will
Let's not
qualify.
say. No, we're not going to say that.
He's very likely to qualify with the level of physique he's got. Let's just put it that way for a junior. So the next show after that will hopefully be the finals, which is 5.5 weeks out from today. And then,
Is that how close it is?
yeah, 5.5, 3 weeks after Heart of England.
Yeah, and then
Then
Germany
a week after
the
that.
week after.
Then we're going to Germany for the IMBA Europeans. And then it's WNBF a week after that.
Potentially.
Potentially.
Yeah, because I'm going to do men's, aren't I? So I might just see how I feel after the Germany show.
Yeah.
Like, but I think to be fair, if it's 1 week,
Yeah,
like what's
if it's 1 week and then
gonna
we'll
do?
go-
I may as well go for it.
And then anything after that would just be a bonus.
Yeah.
So
it's probably not. I mean, it's probably not the most ideal the way you've done it, but it
No,
means
but
that you can get lean for this one, and then basically just keep reversing out
Yeah.
until your final show.
'Cause you'll be in,
I'm
like-
only going to get better from this first show.
yeah, because the levels of fatigue are so high.
Yeah.
The reversing will be so easy. Like you just add food in and get leaner and leaner.
Yeah.
We've pretty much lost a kilo a week for the last
10 weeks.
longer than that because you started at 75 before Croatia, and it was a kilo a week before Croatia
true.
as well.
Then Croatia was
And
2
for
weeks
Leo's
off.
body weight, that's aggressive. a
Yeah.
little bit.
Were you 75 when we
I was
went to Croatia?
No. When we went to
70.
Croatia, I was
69.
I got down to like 69, and then we had like a couple of high days, didn't we? I went and I was like 70. Then I came back and I was like, I think I was 70 still, wasn't I, when I came back?
I thought you were like 68, but you were like very flat.
I was
68.
flat and like I looked like I had no muscle.
I remember on the second day you were like, "Oh, look mint."
Yeah,
look
well I
mint."
did. I looked good, didn't I? I looked mint.
It just went so
Whilst we
downhill.
were there, I looked good, and then we got back, and then I got the throat infection, and that just like took it all out of me.
Yeah, I reckon that's what got me as well. To be fair.
Yeah, that's it. That's the one.
But yeah, I mean, it's probably we could have probably predicted something like that would happen.
Yeah.
Like,
But like we were saying, weren't we, the other day? Like it's not ideal. Like I probably could be in a better position, but I don't regret it.
yeah,
Yeah,
you
Like I
wouldn't
don't
change it.
regret going on holiday or anything like that. I wouldn't change how I've done it. So, like I'm sound. I'm just happy with where I am at the minute.
That was probably a pretty big lesson, and even bigger lesson if you actually do well. Like,
Yeah, if I do well, it's sort of proof that you can still have a little bit more enjoyment than what people think.
Definitely, yeah. I'm happy for clients to go on holidays on prep as long as you can plan ahead.
Yeah,
That would
exactly
be an
like we
ideal,
did. Like we
yeah.
knew if we were aggressive pre-holiday, I could go on holiday, enjoy
Yeah.
myself, come back. I'm still going to be, well, I thought I would be in a decent position.
Yeah.
But
it obviously hits its limit. Like, you can't go on holiday 2 weeks out and eat everything that
Yeah.
you want. Like,
Yeah.
there's obviously somewhere
you
it's got to
can't be
lie,
doing
but it's easily done if you actually plan it in, like you said.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's plan ahead. Lawrence is competing this weekend. You get FBA Southern, so we're all going down for that. He's
Yeah,
looking
that'll
very,
be
very
good.
good.
I'm proper excited for that.
Yeah, I'm buzzing. I just hope he does well. I mean, he's going to do well, isn't he?
Yeah, he's going to do
If
well.
he doesn't win, next time we do this pod, he will have competed, won't he? Yeah.
Hopefully,
If he
he's
doesn't
not listening to
win,
this, or else it might get
I'll
stressed.
He
literally-
won't.
I'll literally get my arse out on the pod. So he better win.
No, if a junior beats him, it's going to be a crazy junior.
Yeah,
because
that'll be good, yeah.
the amount of muscle he has for a junior is ridiculous. For reference, Lawrence is going to be about 85, 86 kilos on stage for a natty junior, which is pretty mental considering I was like 64.
I'm going
Leo's
to be
going to be
about
like
62.
62.
Well, yeah, so he's about
I finally
62,
probably about
64,
62.
Yeah.
I reckon that's heavier
crazy.
than I would be, and I'm half a foot taller than him.
Yeah.
Like,
Shows how much
just
man
puts
Yeah,
it
he's
into
got.
perspective.
He has so much muscle.
Yeah, literally. It's just from the front, like there's not really anyone who's going to beat him from the front, but from
No.
the side, and no, from the side, even from the side. it's
No,
like-
I think the side is his
Yeah.
best shot.
but then it's just from the back. That's the only thing. Like,
Yeah,
It's
I'm
back
going
to
to
weak
smoke
point.
him from the back.
yeah, you'll beat him from the back.
I'm
But
coming for him.
it'll be interesting. I don't want to see you pose next to each other until finals. I think that'd be really interesting.
I agree, but I would also like to. I would like to see what we look like next to each other in the posing room.
I think it'd be
a couple
really
of
close.
weeks away from the finals. I think it'd be close, but he's definitely got. Obviously, he's got way more muscle than me.
It's kind of mad that you can be 23 kilos lighter than someone.
Yeah, and still
be like-
have.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
still be competitive. It's
Yeah.
mental.
Yeah.
And you're not that much smaller than him. Like half a foot.
How tall
Yeah.
is he?
It's like
He's 6'2".
6'2",
Yeah,
yeah.
about half a foot, and yeah, which
So,
is crazy.
First time you compete together, I'm not going to say against each other because we're all friends here.
Yeah.
No, we've said that. We actually were on about this the other day. I'd be happy if he beat me.
He'd be happy
He'd
if
be
you beat
happy
him.
if I beat him. So
Probably give you a hug on stage.
yeah, Holson Lawrence will probably kiss me on stage.
So first time you compete will be in the finals, and then
Germany as well,
Germany,
which
yeah.
will be good together. I'm glad we're doing that together. That'll
And
be
then
good.
WMBF, you'll be separate because you'll be short and he'll be
He'll
tall.
be tall, yeah.
He's gonna
Potentially.
be against some such good people.
Yeah,
in
but
tall.
you never know. Like,
Yeah, that shows me stacked. That's why I think they should
do a junior
and a medium.
So annoying.
They should do a junior and a medium because that
Oh, is
shows
it just
me
short and
stacked.
tall?
Yeah, I don't
Right,
know.
okay, I didn't know that. Why do they not do a medium?
I
They
think
do that
they
in
might do a
UKDFBA
medium.
though as well. I swear.
You
Short
can
and
be the
tall.
junior. No,
Short, tall.
yeah, I think it might be actually. Yeah, you're right.
Or does it depend on how many competitors there is?
Yeah, because Lauren's going to be against like Tom Stockton, Rob Yanni.
He'll be against that like Robbie.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
Oh God.
like
which one's this for?
WNBF finals.
That's
So
only
they don't do a
going
junior.
Which one's? Oh, that's the one. Yeah, I'm
22nd
just
of
looking here,
October.
just after Germany. I'm buzzing for Germany as well. So I'm just looking at the dates here. We should be going to Germany. We should actually book it today.
Yep.
Hopefully for like 3 or 4 days. We'll turn up a couple of days before so everyone can like settle in. And then show days on the
Saturday.
Is it a Saturday?
Yes, amateurs is Saturday, pros is Sunday.
Oh, is it a pro show as well?
Yeah, it's IMBA, PMBA.
Sick.
Yeah, I'm so excited for that. I'm not gonna keep a lid on it. That's gonna be so
that
cool.
will be good.
It'll be a really good experience. That I'm gonna get so much content on that weekend
Yeah.
or that week. To be honest, we could literally. I'm gonna do a vlog every day, like 4 days out, 3 days out, 2 days out, on the show day.
Same.
I need to see if
Same,
I
man.
can film for you on this weekend as well. I don't know.
Yeah. I think we should be fine, like outside the venue and stuff, and then just shoot a phone for like anything.
I honestly reckon with mine,
I think you'll be fine.
you can get away with that. Like
Yeah.
it's tiny, isn't it? So
Yeah.
We'll just get whatever we can. I'm probably gonna do the day before, one day out as well.
it would be cool to get Sam for Germany, but
I was speaking to him about it. It's like
financials.
it's doable, but at the same time, obviously you're living with a completely different person. Now, obviously, he's really nice and he's like mates, but especially like Lawrence, and he's gets a bit stressed.
Yeah.
I don't want to just
Might
like
not be worth
imagine
it.
you just like living with a completely new person,
Yeah.
especially for his like first or one of his first shows. But we can get
It's
to
actually
that. We can get to that when
crazy
it comes to
that
it.
we're going to be in Germany competing.
6.5 weeks.
Yeah, it's actually mental,
It's
isn't
so
it?
weird. Like, so when they're like calling out our numbers and stuff, yeah. Is it going to be in English or German or
I'm guessing it'll be Team UK.
what?
Oh, I thought you meant like what nation you're representing.
Yeah, no, and obviously it'll be UK, won't it? Or is it England?
Oh, they're speaking English.
They speak in English,
Yeah.
right?
So they're not
okay,
gonna
so
tell
they're
you
not
to,
gonna
like,
be
I think they do both. I think they do both.
Hit a rear double in German. What?
That'd be sick.
What do you say, mate? Just hold up the flag.
That would be sick though. If you get to do the flag, if you come top 3.
Yeah.
But if, like you said, if the standard is usually worse than the British finals, the UK DFBA, then
British finals.
I'd be confident going into that show I could get a top 3.
The natty feds in the UK are by far the highest standard anywhere.
Really?
The natty feds, like the British finals, is higher standard than natty Olympia a lot of the time.
But why? Why is that the case?
Because
Like,
people who get invited don't go.
right,
Because obviously
okay.
it's quite a big commitment for like people who have full-time jobs to go to America. So often they can't go, and then it'll end up like they'll invite the person who came 3rd or 4th at finals, and they'll end up going.
So why do you not have to qualify for the one in Germany? You can just.
I don't know.
It's weird.
Yeah.
So, say if me or Lawrence won the junior class, yeah.
Yeah.
What then happens from there? Do you then have to win the overall to then go on to?
No, if you win any class at a British final, so WNBF or UK FBA, you get invited to America.
Oh, that's pretty.
That's
cool.
so cool.
Even if you're in junior, that's mad. I didn't
Do you know what's funny?
That's where all the money goes to. It's non-profit.
I know, but I just thought it was like adult. I thought junior.
No, I
it was
think
just, oh, you
I'm
win
pretty sure they
junior,
do all
that's
because they
fair.
took Joven last year.
That's sick.
Yeah.
That's really
It's pretty funny how like I've spent years training for cricket and rugby to like
Yeah,
play at the highest level possible, whilst just training with him for fun.
Yeah.
And now there's like I'm not going to say
An
it's definite, but
opportunity-
there's like a potential
opportunity.
to suddenly compete at like
America, all these places.
one of the highest levels you can, just because you've like enjoyed going to the gym for a bit.
That's the weird thing, isn't it? Like,
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it?
I actually just enjoy going and training,
Yeah.
and it's resulted in.
It'd be good
this.
to like get some sessions in abroad as well.
Yeah.
Like when we go to Germany. I
Yeah.
remember last year, like all the UK FBA like, had like a session together.
Yeah,
So we
that's
like,
cool.
us,
right?
Do you
AJ.
No way, man. But what if there's a Cyvex hack and we're doing like one plate?
No, man, I'll just
doing, like,
band it and
12.
do like 4.5.
My suitcase is literally just for me like bands and like
I think
daisy chain setups.
AJ would be so disappointed if he saw the way I banded a hack. I think he'd never speak to me again.
Doesn't speak to you anyway.
He does.
To be fair, he did it at the show the other
Yeah.
day. Yeah.
There's quite a lot of things going around at the minute about the banded hack. Should you be doing length and range training?
Nah, fuck it, man. There you go, Lee. There's no way you're seeing me with 2 plates and a hack.
My mum's gonna watch this.
I'll bleep it out. I'll put like the
No
duck
going,
doors
nah.
over it.
Fuck it, man.
Oh, and again.
See, I
sorry.
think there'll
Sorry,
be
what?
more negatives of me doing 2 plates on my confidence.
Yeah,
than,
I agree. Yeah.
mental damage.
To be fair, this
It's just
feels awful
embarrassing,
when I
innit?
do an unbanded hack. It honestly feels awful.
I've just never tried it because I can't be asked to be doing one.
I think
plate.
I think it will work for you because your femurs are quite short.
Yeah, same.
Cheers, mate.
Might do a job.
Honestly, it just feels so heavy at the bottom compared to the top. It's like I'm not getting anything out of it.
Yeah. It's pretty
And if you
ridiculous.
actually band it properly, which to be fair, we probably don't. We probably band it a bit too tight. But if you band it properly, you shouldn't be getting any less out the lengthened because
My issue
you're
is
weaker
that
there.
at the current banding, it's a little bit too much out the bottom. it's not enough in the mid because I get stuck there all the time.
Yeah, it just hits you
and
out of
then
nowhere.
at the
doesn't it?
top, I'm still way stronger.
I think the
Yeah,
best way to
I'm
deal
way
with that
stronger.
is add a pause at the bottom. But it just makes it fucking brutal.
Yeah, that is really hard.
Yeah.
I think I'd just get gassed. Really.
Yeah,
quick
holding
with
your
the
brace.
pause, Yeah.
I made one of my
Gassed.
clients, Elliot, because he's got really bad knees. So to load manage, I made him do 2 counts in the length on every leg compound. And he was in the session yesterday.
awful.
And it was actually brutal.
Grim.
I've done a pause leg press before, and that's
I don't
Yeah,
mind the
sound.
leg press. The pause leg press is alright, but
you're actually locked into the seat.
Yeah, it feels like a
Hack.
difference because you're having to brace so hard on the hack.
yeah, I feel like my lower back would just come straight off the pad. Like my hips would just roll forward in the hole on the hack.
I feel like you do get a lot out of it if you like micro pause it though.
It'll probably help me actually keep my hips on the pad
Yeah.
as well. 'Cause mine are
Yours hang
so,
off,
yeah,
don't
they're
they?
so
Yeah.
far off the pad. It's just
Yeah.
all over the place. Then I get a neck pump like I did yesterday. That was I think it's because I'm pressing up through the handles.
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah,
pull down?
You're driving like so hard.
Do you brace and pull down, or do you just
I
sort
just
of
don't
like
even
hold
think. I
them?
don't even think about the
I don't
handles.
think about it.
Yeah.
I
I'm
just
just,
try
like,
and stay as
holding
tight
on.
as possible.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think I'm pressing the handles like an overhead, and then I'm slamming my head back into the seat.
I
I'm
feel
not
like
doing
it
it on
fits me
purpose.
perfectly, you know. The reverse planning hack, the way we do it.
Mm.
Did you see my last rep yesterday? It was like perfect. Failed like
I
really
didn't
well.
watch your set.
I'm going to do 4 plates next week.
What did you do?
3.75 to
15.
9.
That's good. That.
Got 3.75 for 11 my best ever, and that was in peak week.
Yeah, I remember. Was that when you trained with us?
No, I think it was a week after.
Week
I got
after.
AJ to spot me in peak week. I was like, right, it's my last ever hack squat set on this
Can't
prep.
mess here.
I'm going to get AJ to do it, just make sure I can get the most out of it. I got 11 on the last. That was a PB in like 13 days out.
It's ideal.
Speaking of all this, we're pretty privileged to be able to use the best hack in the game.
Yeah, man.
I've realised how
so
spoiled I am, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I keep moaning about the kit in Ultraflex. Well,
Why
I
are
don't
you
know.
moaning
'cause
about it?
I think it's kind of overrated, a lot of the kit.
A lot of it is overrated, but like there's a lot of very, very, very good stuff. I think all the pieces of kit are overrated, but they're still very good and better than what you'd get at like 99% of all the gyms. So
Yeah. I agree.
That's quite a good question, actually. How, obviously, it's pretty easy to be like, as long as you know what the bits of kit do in Ultraflex, it's pretty easy to set up like an optimal session.
Oh, it's fun. It's fun programming out Ultraflex.
yeah,
If you were programming out of a commercial gym, what would you try to focus on? And probably what would the sessions
Loads
look
of
like
cable
briefly?
work.
yeah, it would probably all be on a cable.
Dumbbells are a really good option, just because of the free range of motion at the elbow. Barbells for a lot of stuff, to be fair. Like I've been really liking the desktop row at the moment.
Yeah,
I'm
I
really
like
getting on with it.
Yeah.
I get so much erector out of it.
Same.
I don't get that much upper back, but I need a lot more erector, so I don't mind.
Yeah. So pull would be.
I think pull's the hardest one to do at a commercial gym.
Really? I'd say it's one of the easiest.
yeah.
Well, no, but I mean, because you've got the cable, yeah. But in terms of like machinery, like
Oh, yeah.
they're always the worst.
I'd say
think.
legs is the worst out of a commercial gym, just because the
I've
equipment's
never
so
been
bad.
on
Yeah,
a
true.
seated hamstring curl that's not horrendous at a commercial.
Yeah.
It's always the ones where you got the
Some of them have
the
Life
pad on the
Fitness,
front
to be
of your shin. Yeah.
Yeah.
The reason why we say this is like a lot of the kit at commercial gyms, if you've only been on that, it probably feels sound, but then when you go onto the better stuff, suddenly you're
Yeah.
like,
It's like Jesus, I've been missing out on so much.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just alignment, like bracing, being actually locked into the machine. All stuff changes. So
And like clever programming as well, knowing which movements are hard on the short, which movements are hard on the length
Yeah,
end,
yeah.
yeah,
can really help you get the most out of every set.
yeah. So pull, I'd be doing some sort of row with either a dumbbell
I'd
or
literally
like
be
single
doing
arm
dead
pull
stop
down.
chest
barbell.
supported.
Yeah,
Single arm pull down
and
and
the
a
rest
chest
of it would be
pull
on
down,
cables,
yeah.
wouldn't
Bent over row.
it? Push is pretty easy.
It says a Smith, a cable, or dumbbells.
You can do a whole push session on a cable stack.
Yeah, yeah.
In fact, JD gyms as well, all of their cable stacks, or a lot of them are close cable stacks,
Yeah.
so you can do a cable press.
I swear they actually have some alright, like plate loaded.
Yeah, some of
presses.
it's like hammer strength
Yeah.
replica.
Yeah.
So it's decent. But like I did push at JD, and I literally
Remember you did it all on cable.
I did the whole session on the cable machine, kind of hogging it a bit, but
Yeah.
a bit harsh.
I think realistically, like how much more progress do you think you've made going into Ultraflex rather than staying? For
I don't think it's
example,
the
at,
kit, though.
Autry?
No.
I think it's the atmosphere.
Yeah, not like just working harder in the gym.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's not like you go in there and suddenly you have an awesome session just because there's
No.
music and stuff. It's more like everyone's training hard around you. It raises your standards.
Like if you
Yeah,
take a
that's what it
set
is.
like to like 5 RAR and ultra flex, you just feel awful.
Yeah, you feel like everyone's watching you.
You just feel like, why have I done that?
Like when I had that shoulder injury and I was training RAR, I was like, I
Yeah.
hope no one's watching me do this right now because
Kira will come, give you a hug and tell you to do some deep breaths.
sure you fucking nice.
So yeah, train at commercial gyms. Anything else?
No. Was this a question?
Create your
or
own
something?
environment in your
I
head.
wrote it down because I thought it was quite an interesting thing.
That's good. I think you can always create a good environment a lot of the time. Yeah, I don't think you need like people around you to create a good environment or music around you. You can probably just
I think I
focus yourself.
do.
Really?
I really think I do, yeah.
I can do it with the earphones in.
But even then I struggle. Like, I'm not going to name any names of gyms, but like you go to gyms and you think, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I actually can't be asked to train because of what the atmosphere is like in this gym.
Yeah. Again, probably because you've had better atmosphere.
That's what it is. Yeah, you know what you could be having.
Last thing I'd say about training at commercial gyms is when you're doing your programming, like Ryan was saying about manipulating resistance profiles, a lot of the time you can't do it massively. So that's when you can start using pauses in different ranges. So towards the start of the session, you might want to be putting a couple of pauses in like the short and contractor position, and towards the end you might want to put a few pauses in the like lengthened position, so that you can kind of get the resistance profile to match that way.
Yeah, it just makes it harder in that position, doesn't it? By doing a pause.
I don't even think you need to do that though.
You don't need to, no, but
Like,
I don't really do that anymore.
no.
I just do like pauses in both end ranges and everything.
Yeah.
yeah,
I just think as long as it's controlled,
change your direction.
yeah.
What else is there to talk about?
sound.
We're on 21 minutes, so
21 minutes already.
camera's not going to run out yet. Got a few questions if you want to go over them now.
Yeah.
I really should have put
you
a
got
box up. Should I put one up right now? And then
Last minute questions.
You'll literally get none.
I got one.
I've got.
I can check if I've got any more.
I think I've got 3 or 4.
Let's go with the first. This one's a pretty short one. The question is, how much creatine should I take?
load
I
it,
don't want
man.
to take it.
30 grams.
30 grams a day.
I'll go
30
more.
grams a day.
I'll go more.
What, like 70?
gram per kilo.
Yeah, man.
120 grams a day.
Might as well.
No, the old kind of advice used to be 3 to 5 grams a day for everyone. However, similar to protein, there's a little bit more evidence now that's pointing towards base it on how much muscle you've got, your body weight. So for me, I take more than 5 grams a day because I'm
Massive.
fairly heavy.
I literally just take 5 grams.
Yeah,
I don't
one
even
scoop.
take it, man.
Yeah,
No,
just-
it's-
I literally
it's
just
about
take
right
one
for your
scoop,
body weight.
yeah.
I can literally never remember to take it. It's so bad.
Yeah,
Because I don't
same.
have an intra anymore. That's when I used to take it
Yeah,
in my intra. And now that I don't have an intra, I really struggle to take it.
Yeah.
That's just forgetting about it though.
Yeah, just put a number on it. I've seen some data on 0.1% of your body weight in grams. So, sorry, no. Is it 1%?
1%.
Yeah, 1%. So, 100 kilo person.
10 grams.
If
Oh,
you're
no.
decently muscly,
No, that would be
10
10%.
grams. But
Yeah,
10%.
that would be
it's my
10%.
math is
That'd be
not on one today, is
10%.
it?
Yeah, 10%.
What? So 1% would be 1 gram.
It would be 0.1. No, it would be 0.1% then
No.
of 100 kilos.
Oh, right, yeah, because...
Yeah.
But 10 grams is quite a lot.
Quality content.
So I have like a scoop and a bit. And it's probably sound.
Yeah, I think... Yeah, it's obviously going to depend on your muscularity as well, because that's what creatine's for,
yeah.
filling up intramuscular creatine stores. But I take 5 grams a day.
Yeah,
Just a
just
scoop.
take a scoop. Yeah.
When
To
I
be
can
fair
have
though, the My Protein scoop is more than 5.
Yeah.
I weighed it and it was like 8.
I think I used to do 7 or 8 on training days, where I'd never remember my rest days.
Yeah.
And that evened out to 5 grams a day.
To be fair, that the naughty boy one you gave me, the
Yeah.
scoop is massive.
Yeah.
I've never actually weighed it.
Yeah, no,
I'm
it's
just
big.
like, I'll just have a scoop. I reckon it's about 5 grams.
Yeah.
I've not read.
I think
but
that one's more than 5
big,
as
yeah.
well. I need
Yeah,
to
it's
order
big.
some more
I
actually.
feel like their dosage is probably like better. Do you know what I mean? Like their scoop dosage will be better than like a My Protein.
It makes me feel really tired.
Really?
Yeah, it's really weird.
I don't get that.
It's
Not
odd.
at
You're
all.
odd. You're odd, mate.
I know.
You're so odd.
So, to summarise, if you're moderately heavy, have a scoop and a bit every day. You'll probably be sound. If you forget, have a bit more on your training days. And you don't need to load it. Just
Yeah.
have it every day, and that should do you. Do you have any questions, right?
Oh yeah, I do. I've got 3.
Can we answer
Wait,
calories?
let's pause here. I'm just going to check the camera's still working. Then we'll resume in 2 seconds. Bye. Groovy.
So
We're back.
on to the questions.
Just put that a bit further away from your face.
Just
because
ASMR.
Bro's like talking, like listen to it.
That'll sound good in people's ears though. Like,
I think
yeah,
it's really
crispy
I've turned it up
audio.
all the way, so it might
okay.
be like fully in his ear.
So Cal the Goat says, "What are your plans at the moment?" Didn't know what to ask, to be fair.
What does he mean by plans? Like, what am I doing tonight? Or like,
I think he means like.
I think
What?
he's asking you on a date.
I think he means like, what am I doing, like right now? But I think we answered this last week, didn't I?
Well, it was 3 weeks ago. So
haven't we? Yeah.
Yeah, plans are the same, just in a gaining phase. Actually trying to grow back, pretty much.
how's that going? The last few weeks.
Actually, pretty good. Just because I'm actually been able to barbell row and hip hinge, which I haven't
Yeah.
been able to do for years, quite consistently. Actually keep a hip hinge in, and I'm hip hinging twice a week, which is really helping. To be fair,
What are you doing for your second?
bent over row, like a dead.
The
dead
dead-
I
the one I do,
count
the
that as a hip
dead
hinge.
And
An SLDL.
oh right,
Are you past like one plate? Yeah.
What, on the dead stop row?
No, on the hip hinge.
On the hip hinge, yeah. On the dead stop row, I'm doing like 70. I got 70 for 10,
That's decent.
and it was
What
actually
about
really
on your-
good form
what
as
about
well.
on your SLDL.
Don't know, man. I can't
What
remember.
actually is it, like 130, 120?
I think I did 120 for something, but it's literally because my lower back is made of glass.
Class, yeah.
I can't take it to failure. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't even feel heavy.
Doesn't feel
It just
good.
feels like my lower back's going to give. And actually on the dead stop row, it doesn't feel like that at all. I can actually
No.
take my erectors to failure on that. And my form's actually probably a little bit too good on that as well. I'll show you the video of it later. 'Cause I filmed a YouTube the other day.
remember I did a SLDL in lockdown, and like my legs are so long, I was literally like
Yeah, it was
folded in
ridiculous.
half when
Yeah,
I was
that's
picking up. My upper
ridiculous.
body was like at a 45-degree angle,
Yeah.
pointing towards the ground.
I do it with like a 2-inch block, to be fair, because otherwise my lumbar rounds.
Raised, yeah,
Yeah.
weight's raised, yeah.
I always say I'll do an SLDL and then like just lose my head and my knees are just bending all over the
Just end
place.
up pulling for like
Conventional.
4 weeks and
Just
then getting
conventional
injured.
deadlift, yeah.
That's what Cal did. Speaking of Cal, he tried a SLDL for a little bit. He was like, "Nah, I'm not doing this. Just want to rag some weight." So he said conventional again. He's actually really strong on that now.
170,
160 kilos at his body weight is pretty strong.
Yeah, that is good.
He's like just over 70 kilos.
and he will be forever because he can't put on weight.
For anyone that doesn't know, Cal the Goat is on 4,500 calories at 70 kilos.
That's pretty mad.
That's unheard of.
I'm actually really jealous.
A lot of people will say they're on that and they're not doing it
No,
consistently,
yeah, it won't
but
be.
Cal's actually
He does
adherent,
move around a lot.
consistent.
Like he's very fidgety.
Yeah,
But yeah, 4,500 calories a day at his body weight is kind of mad. And we got like Cal could still be a junior. He wants to compete in the future. He could still be a junior in 2028.
That's crazy.
And he's actually really good. I don't
Yeah,
think he
he is,
knows
yeah,
that he's
yeah.
good. Like his front's a bit shit, but his back is sick.
Yeah, so his back's grown like.
It's like looked like a turtle shell,
Yeah,
and like his legs are really good as well. His
Yeah.
quads are sick. Literally, if he could
That's
grow, if he can grow his chest, delts, and arms, he's going
Yeah,
to
but
be
you
really
will
good as a
for
junior.
2028.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you're gonna
definitely.
grow, aren't you?
shows a one from the back anyway, so it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
doesn't matter what your front looks like.
Literally just train back.
Yeah,
Just never face the judges.
I reckon Leo could train back once a week in his off season. To be honest,
Well, I thought we were gonna, to be honest.
did we?
Yeah.
Well, I was saying
Yeah.
it's funny
Just
because like
press, like
I've actually
just do
not
any
got
loads of
that
press.
much stronger at
No,
back
there's
movements.
nothing really that I'm stronger on.
No.
If anything, I'm probably
And you don't even hip hinge.
no. I don't do a hip hinge. No.
If you think about when
It's crazy because my erectors are actually like pretty ridiculous.
Probably your best body part, or maybe your lats.
Yeah, and like I haven't consistently hip hinged. I probably had like 2 months of a hip hinge, and then my back goes, and I don't hip hinge for ages, and I'll. Try
You'll progress
again.
so much in that 2 months, though.
Yeah.
You'll go from like 120 to like 190
Yeah,
in like a 2-month
pretty much.
period.
Yeah,
That's
it's
probably
pretty
why
crazy.
your back goes. You progress too
If
quick.
you think about your compounds and everything else as well, compared to mine, when you first started training or a couple of years in, I was ahead of you on most things.
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
Then you overtook me on pressing.
Pressing, yeah.
Then
I'm
you
on
overtook
cement.
me on like axial loading squats.
Yeah, yeah.
But you've not overtaken me on back. But that's
No.
like grown
Yeah,
ridiculous
I feel like the
amounts.
yeah, it is weird, isn't it? It is so weird.
Just about what's responsive.
Yeah.
I reckon we could literally just do delts 3 times a week push twice a week,
I'm
legs
gonna be
once a week,
spamming laterals.
pull once a week. There's really not many gaps to fill in your physique. It's just delts.
It's just like upper shelf. I think, like proper upper shelf.
Maybe triceps, but I think your triceps only look worse because of how good your biceps are.
They're a bit overpowering.
Yeah.
Especially in the side chest.
Yeah, they're like mega.
Even the front
mega.
double just looks nuts.
Yeah.
In the side chest, your
mad.
bicep looks bigger than your chest.
Yeah, it's weird. It's so weird.
Although I think I'd take you in a front double. You know.
No, you wouldn't.
Think about how aesthetic my front double is.
I think
Like my abs.
Let's both. Oh no, you won't be a junior, will you?
No, I don't know. I will be next year.
I'm
Up
going
until
for-
like
I'm
up
going
until
for
July.
pro. I'm going for pro in 2025.
I think you could definitely turn pro in 2025.
That'd be sick. I'm definitely going for like.
That's another thing we need to
junior
speak about
champ,
actually, because
100%.
this year is all about just getting your feet wet, because
Yeah, we
you've
could-
still got 2 years as a junior.
Yeah, well, could have been like my plans,
Yeah.
because it is sort of like I want to get top 3 at this show coming up, the Hearts, and then British champs. Like I'm not too fussed as long as I look sick. I'm not bothered. If I get top 3, it's a bonus.
Even placing at British finals would be really,
mint,
really
yeah.
good.
Especially when everyone's older than me. Everyone's like
Everyone's
2 years
23.
older than me.
Hugh's 23. I think
Jack's
23. Lawrence is obviously
23.
Lawrence is 38.
So that's what I mean. So I can come back in 2025 with a lot of experience. Hopefully, having placed top 3 at the British finals. But I'm not going to say that'll happen because I don't think it will. But Hearts, I'd like to finish top 3. And then come back 2025.
The results will all be very dependent on what the judges are going
What they
for.
like. Well, yeah, what they like.
Because there's lots of different physiques. I think like you and Hugh are like more MP.
I think Hugh's physique is my favourite physique out of everyone's.
Even
No
Lawrence's. That's
Even
peak, man.
Lawrence's, yeah. No, like Lawrence's is sick as well, but Hugh's is the nicest looking, I think.
Yeah, he's got a very small waist and very wide shoulders.
He just looks really complete, I think.
Is he really tall?
I think he's
'Cause
like
he sort of looks.
Lawrence
he's
is
tall.
height. We
He's
met
about
him. We met
Lawrence's
him at
height,
the
but-
Northern.
Yeah, his waist is mad.
Yeah,
I think
it's
because
high.
he's so.
I think
his
your waist
side
is smaller.
shots- Yeah, maybe, but I don't know. The way he hits the side shots, I was like, Jesus.
He's very good at posing as
Yeah.
well. Like his
It's
posing,
like
like
proper flowy. So
Is he competing
we'll
at
see.
Heart of
He's-
England?
No, he's
No.
not anymore. No.
But he came, so he competed 2 years ago, and he came top 3 at the finals 2 years ago,
Right, okay.
which is
He's 23 as well, isn't he?
I think so.
Yeah. I think it'll be interesting. I think finals will be between
I think
Lawrence-
it's between
Lawrence-
5 people.
Lawrence, Jack. I mean, for top 3, Lawrence, Jack, and Hugh.
I disagree. I think it would be between 5 people. I think it would be Lawrence, Jack, Hugh, you, and the guy who won my show.
Oh, I forget about him. He's really good.
And then all of those, that's like a stacked lineup. And we don't even know. There might be more people who we don't know about.
Yeah, but we would sort of know about because they have to qualify, wouldn't they?
Yeah, but we've not seen the Southern or the Heart of
Yeah,
England
well,
yet.
we'll see. Yeah.
I was thinking this because it's probably the first. I've obviously seen bodybuilding for ages, but it's the first year I've properly
Been to shows and look and
been showed,
Yeah.
followed other people's journeys that are competing. I feel like the standard's way higher.
It's
than-
ridiculous.
when you actually go, you realise it.
Yeah.
Like the standard of natty shows is honestly it's so much higher than the standard at enhanced shows. Like obviously if they stood next to each other, enhanced people would beat the natty people. But the overall standard and how deep the lineups are at natty shows is it's unmatched. Like you can go to an enhanced show and there'll be like 2 people in their class. One of them will be really good, one of them will be pretty awful.
Mid, yeah.
But at natty shows, especially like UKFBA, even BNBF to be fair, and WNBF, all 3 of
All
those,
of them
the
are
biggest
good.
3 shows in the UK are all such high standards.
It's probably because there's obviously been a rise in unnatural bodybuilding, but
But
there's
natty
definitely been a
bodybuilding
push.
seems to be like growing so
Yeah,
quick.
there's been
It
a
is.
push recently. of
I like it.
natural
I actually
bodybuilding,
prefer natty bodybuilding.
I do. I
bodybuilding.
couldn't care about assisted bodybuilding at all.
Neither.
Like literally at all.
But also, I was showing my brother,
Yeah.
who's he's not in this world at all, really.
Yeah. He's,
I was showing him who's winning the natural shows, and he's like, "No, surely not.
They're not
Surely
natty.
they're
Mad.
not natty.
Yeah,
like
it's
it's
crazy, yeah.
ridiculously.
there's
good.
some
Did you
mad
show him it?
physiques.
Yeah, that's who he was
He was
talking
like,
about.
what?
Surely.
That is so mid.
Show my back. Like, nah, I can't be natty. I can't be natty. You
I was
can't get
showing
that
him-
kind of fullness natty.
I was showing him the lad
Jam.
that the guy that everyone was shocked at that competed at your show. I don't know his name.
Oh,
D-Lock.
D-Lock,
my
yeah.
God.
He's a pro now though. You know he would have been junior.
That makes you feel.
Why didn't he compete in my show at juniors?
Because he's the GOAT.
Yeah, why would it?
Completed in the wrong class, still won it. Still won the whole show. He could have done my class at that show.
I remember when were you there? Were you watching? Or were you backstage?
No, I was
then?
backstage.
When he came out, I remember literally just thinking like, what the... I'm not going to swear, but what is that?
So I saw him backstage.
Ridiculous.
I went, okay, there's the overall straight away. As soon as he took his top off.
Well, the photos don't give it justice.
No,
he was
better in
actually
person,
really
yeah.
MP as well. Like his waist was actually really small.
Yeah.
You know, he's practicing the poses backstage.
Yeah.
Like it was like he was learning the poses
But
backstage.
he was posing sound as well. He just
it was so funny
confident.
how many people were dropping link in bio game after he won.
Yeah.
Really?
There was a good few coaches that went up to him.
Up to him to talk to him.
Oh, you know, do you have a coach? That sort of thing.
He was working with Lewis.
I should have.
Yeah. I don't think he was for that show though. I think after that
I think he
show
was planning on working with Lewis.
Yeah,
After the show.
I reckon he'll let me coach him. If I'd have.
Should have dropped it.
Any other question? Oh, my. What was the question from Cal? What's
your
your
plans?
journeys?
What are your plans?
What are my plans?
You just need to stop pussyfooting around, man, and decide whether you're getting big or not.
No, I've decided now. In fact, no, I didn't even.
You were umming and ahhing though, weren't you?
A little bit for a few weeks whether to like just hold on to the same body weight, but now I'm definitely committed to the gaining phase. I have been for a few. I'd like to say a few months, but I keep not focusing on what's happening to my body weight because you do all your client check, which is probably why I should get a coach. I'll be coming soon.
Yeah.
I found that as well though, you know. Like
Yeah.
I didn't realise that how hard it is to stay on top of your own stuff when you've got clients at the same time.
Yeah.
It made me respect like other coaches. You have like 50, 60 clients.
Yeah.
Like, how do they
like
stay on?
Finn and that, like
Finn,
yeah.
Reece,
How does he do that?
AJ, these people have like above 60 clients and they manage their
own stuff. I wouldn't even be thinking about it.
I wouldn't care about my own stuff.
No, I wouldn't.
It's not that I don't want to. It's more like you just get to the end of the day of check-ins and you don't want to do another check-in effectively then for yourself. So it's like reviewing where my body weight's moving and stuff. I end up sort of...
Do you have your own sheets?
I'd do it on the app.
Yeah.
So then like it still comes through onto the computer and I can see where everything's going. And I hit my nutritional targets every day, apart from a few days where I have scones and curry. But that's part of it. It's just like actually making changes that I don't do very often and could probably do a little bit more regularly.
I think when I left Finn, I think there was like the crossover of a week where I was like, okay, I could probably do this gaining phase on my own. And then within like 3 days, I was finding myself, I wasn't filling out my sheets. I wasn't being accurate. And I was like, right, I need you to sort me out. Yeah. I need the accountability.
Yeah, it's accountability and decision making.
Yeah. I think the decision making for yourself is way harder. For me anyway, because I start doubting my decisions for myself.
Mine's more that I just put it off because there's more important things to do in my head.
Yeah.
I used to find it so easy. When I didn't have any clients, I found it so easy to coach myself. But it's actually a lot harder now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the main thing as well, with you mentioning about thinking about maintaining weight for a few weeks, I think having some direction is actually really important.
Yeah, you need some sort of goal.
That's what I don't think maintenance phases really work.
No.
You kind of just slack.
Yeah.
HL Junior MP 2025.
My front dub's coming along.
You should get shredded once though.
You literally may as well compete in 2025 MP. Like what?
Well, would I be too old then?
No, not 2025. You'd be
going against
junior.
each other, man.
Get smoked.
Yeah, but who cares?
You'd be junior.
Think about all the other. You'll be the old. Like me and you would be the older ones, like Lawrence and that are now.
My only problem is I prefer being big than being.
Oh
lean.
yeah.
Like I know you don't because.
No.
Yeah, but that's because they're big when they're lean.
Yeah, literally. But like I spent so long, like from when I was young, trying to get heavier, getting bigger, and it was so hard to do it.
Yeah, so then pulling back down seems like mega counterproductive.
Yeah, exactly. Like, when I know it's not, but it feels like
it is.
I'm going back to.
I would have no idea where your stage rate would be either. It would be such a shot in the dark.
So what was your lowest this time? 95?
96.
I genuinely think
80.
it would be about 80 kilos, yeah. Which is mad.
I don't know if it'd be that low.
I think it would.
Really?
Maybe
Maybe not. Maybe like 85.
Yeah, probably 85.
I think like I think it'd be like 82, 83.
Depends how lean you get.
I think you had a good 25 pounds to come off.
That's good.
it's pretty
That's
peak.
like where you'd want to start prep,
Yeah.
like around high 90s, like around 30 pounds off. 35
Exactly.
pounds.
So if you push up now to
Pre-prep diet
2025,
2024. Pre-prep diet 2024.
you literally might as well do it. It just gives you like a bit of direction.
I think part of it as
and
well
goal.
is that you wouldn't think you'd be good enough to do it.
Yeah.
Because that's what I was like, but I was like, fuck it. Oh, sorry. Because I was actually really bad when I started prep. Like, I looked awful. Looking back now. But then I don't think you actually realise how much muscle you've got until you actually get lean, like properly lean.
Yeah, I think probably this time when I got leaner, I probably got to the point where you're like, I was lean enough to see some sort of
Yeah.
average.
You had shape, like you had.
You actually have got good shape.
about you, yeah.
Thanks, man.
You're very wide.
Yeah. You just need more muscle.
Want to get rid of my hip fat.
Yeah.
That needs to come in. That's the 10 kilos there.
It actually is.
Lower back.
You know, you don't even need chest for MP either. Like,
Really?
it's probably the least important of
Yeah.
body muscle.
Do you think?
You don't tense your chest in any of the shots.
Yeah,
It looks
you
good
go.
if you've got like a nice,
If you've got a big
shaped
chest,
chest,
obviously it looks good.
but it's not really not that important.
Yeah, there's no shots really that are direct. There's no shots, especially when I do my check-ins. I look at and I think I'm looking at my chest,
Yeah, it's all about lats, delts,
abs,
arms in the front shot.
abs. I think
Abs are very
massive.
important.
Yeah.
I need to work on that big time.
But
Which
I
am
thought
doing, to
mine
be
were
fair.
awful, and they are pretty awful until I get into the shots, and they look good.
To be fair,
I don't
again,
think yours are awful. I just don't think they're a strong body part.
Yeah, but then I look at my ab shot, and I think that was one of my.
That's because your waist is so
that one-
small, though.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it's not really my abs. It's
Like,
my
it
waist.
looks a bit silly, that shot, because of how small your waist
Yeah.
is.
Again, I probably didn't get lean enough to be able to see that, what was
yeah.
going on.
I mean, I did literally until I was within 8 pounds of safe condition, I didn't look good at all.
Yeah.
Like, I still looked fat
I
up
honestly
until like
think you just
150.
need to do it.
I might do it. I'll never say no, but
Yeah, but if you're
But
going to do
until
it
then-
now, you need this next year.
The
to
main
be
reason I did it
productive
as well was
year.
because I knew I'd have clients doing it.
Yeah.
So, because I didn't know about Leo, I didn't know about Chris, but I knew about Lawrence.
Well, I wouldn't have let you like take
Yeah.
control of the prep if you hadn't done it yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Because especially with Lawrence on this prep, there's been times where he only respected the decision I made because
Because
I've
he knows you've
done it
been through
myself.
it, yeah, exactly.
maybe I'll do a calorie straight, get diced for one
He did it
show.
once, yeah, didn't
Yeah,
he?
and he was so
Well,
lean.
he competed once.
Yeah.
That was it.
He was so outrageously lean.
Yeah.
Like sickening. Have you heard the story about him like passing out in a field? He was getting really, really lean. He was on a dog walk, and
Bro,
apparently just
hypo
like
that bad.
he just like passed out, and he was just like with his dog, and then he woke up, and it was like a couple of hours later
What the fuck?
because he was
It's
got.
actually so like dangerous.
Yeah,
getting
please don't
peeled,
get that
peeled,
lean.
peeled.
I didn't go
That's just
hypo once
ridiculous.
on my prep. Have you gone hypo yet?
I go hypo, yeah.
Well, your
yeah.
feed is low.
It's on the rest day usually after cardio. I'm like fucking hell. Sorry.
I never went hypo at all.
Yeah, I'll never get that lean.
Are you gonna have the off plan? Because it's actually I can just every time I look over that way, which is quite a lot in the
Yeah,
pod.
this might be
I
the
can
final
see it.
segment.
I've
Have you
still
got
got
any
two,
more questions?
I've got two questions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hit us.
So, Amateur Genetics, Chris says, "What are your ultimate goals as coaches?"
That's a really good
He
question.
actually said, "What is your ultimate goal as a coach?" But I thought I'd put it out to the group.
Any first takers?
I think there's multiple,
Go on,
like
sorry.
short, medium, and long term. Short term is to go full time as
Yeah.
an online coach, which I could do now, but it would be
It's risky.
it'd be a
It's
bit
risky,
ropey.
isn't it? Yeah.
But yeah, that's the short term. Medium term is to continue to grow and help out as many people as I can, and then also win a British title as a coach. Long term would be
As in coaching someone to a British title.
yeah, I'm not going to win a British title.
Well, you-
To be fair, if I could grow a
I
bit of
think you
muscle,
could. I think you could. To be
yeah, I've got
honest.
good shape, but kind of not got no muscle. And third is to turn someone pro as a coach and just work with as many competitors as possible. I used to think like I'd only want like 5 to 10 competitors, but I actually think over the long term, I do like working with lifestyle people because I think you can help them out. You can take them from a lower starting point to a higher finishing
Yeah,
point
yeah.
in terms of how much you can help them.
You can actually change their life as well.
Yeah.
I think it's way more rewarding.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's where I differ to you. Is I want to be one of the best lifestyle coaches,
Yeah.
not a prep coach.
I had a weird experience recently, which I didn't expect to happen. I had an offboarding call where I've been working with someone for a long
Yeah.
time. They've made loads of progress, and they were like, "You've actually like
Change their life.
changed their
Yeah.
life." And it was really strange because obviously you're losing a client, but at the same time it felt like
You've done your job.
majorly
Because
rewarding.
that is your job at the end of the day.
Yeah. So it was like I've actually taken to a point now where they can
Coach
continue themselves
Yeah.
and continue living the life that they wanted to 7-8 months
Your
ago.
job is to teach them the skills for them to eventually be able to do it on their own.
Yeah. So initially I was a bit like bummed out, but then I thought about it, and when I was on the call, and it was like
It's
pretty
rewarding.
hyper, really rewarding.
I'd like a combination of both. 'Cause I really enjoy the competitive side. 'Cause you can go into like more intricate details, and
Yeah.
I feel like the first time I win a show with a client would be like really, really rewarding for me. Especially if it's with Lawrence this weekend. I honestly think I'll cry.
That's your first.
Because he's my
second.
Yeah, my first client with my ex, man. Yeah, we won't mention that. Lawrence is my second ever client, and we started 18 months ago. And from where we started to now, like the journey's been mental.
Yeah.
Been so many ups and downs as well. And if he ends up winning the show at the weekend, or touch wood, even the overall, honestly, I'll just get really emotional if he does. But
I'm gonna get it on camera.
then Wholesome Ryan will come out as well.
Oh, God,
I've still not hugged him in a while.
bad
So.
mix,
Hugs
that.
all around.
Yeah.
Wholesome Ryan and Wholesome Lawrence. Jesus, that'd be bad.
I'd say my goals are pretty similar to that, to be fair. The one that sticks out to me that you said was the like helping as many people as you can. Loads of people say that, but I think it's more important about like where that actually comes from. I think because I've been in a position where I was like, how do I actually grow muscle there? Like, how do I actually change my physique and everything and actually build muscle, get stronger, whether it was for sport, actually it was for me. But because it was so hard initially and I didn't know what to do, that gives me a lot of drive to like help as many people like that as possible. And it's even more rewarding when you get a client where you can like almost see yourself in their shoes where you were however many years ago, and it's like that's where it's really rewarding. So
One of my favourite types of client to coach is like hard gainers.
yeah
Because when you can actually get them into a structure, get them into a routine, actually help them get in enough food, they just grow like a weed.
yeah
It's mental.
I actually think it's actually seeing the clients happy with the progress they've made.
yeah
That's the most rewarding thing. That's why I like the Gen Pop
Yeah.
lifestyle clients who make a lot of progress, but you're not taking away from other parts of their life.
yeah
That's
So I had a guy message me the other day saying like it's the first time. Blokes don't really say stuff like this, so it's even more powerful than it is. But he sort of said it's the first time that like I've looked at myself in the mirror or passed myself in the mirror and not been like unhappy with how you're looking and how you're feeling. So like his energy's better, his confidence better, and that goes across all factors of life. So if I can do that and give that to as many people as I can, that's pretty awesome, I'd say.
That's the goal.
That's
Good question,
yeah.
Chris.
Yeah,
Thank you, Chris. That was a really good question. Another goal, get Chris to win a show in 2026.
Chris is gonna.
Yeah,
For real.
he's really good. We just need a lot more muscle.
Is Chris coming this weekend?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
excited.
this
I'm
this weekend.
really excited to meet him.
You not met him?
I've never met him. No.
Oh yeah.
Have you met him?
Not in person.
No. I
think.
would like to meet him.
I spoke to him quite a lot on messages. It's like the
Yeah.
nicest man alive.
Yeah.
He literally is a nice.
He's like Wholesome Lawrence all the time.
And the final question is again from Chris. He says, "Where do you source info for new studies in the evidence-based bodybuilding community?" Oof.
That's really
Even
good.
now.
To be honest, Chris, I don't look at studies anymore. I think
No.
studies are very overrated because you can pretty much prove anything with a study.
Yeah.
And the best studies and like the meta-analyses always come through within podcasts that you listen to anyway. So all the best information will always come to the top anyway. And I've read enough studies at university, to be honest. So
I feel like most of the information anyway you're gonna learn through like social media, like you said, like podcasts.
and anecdotal as well. I think I've learned way more from being a coach than I have from any other source.
I'd
From
say
first hand. Like
if you're taking this information to apply to yourself and you want to learn, start with YouTube because there's so much information on there. And once you've rinsed out YouTube, go to podcasts. There's so much information on there. And honestly, most of you won't get past that because
There's
like,
too much.
You probably don't need to know much more than that.
And another thing is, like, listen to them multiple times.
Yeah.
Like, for Chris, who I know wants to like learn a lot more about bodybuilding, how to coach bodybuilders, for example, go through every single one of AJ Morris's solo podcasts and listen to them multiple times on end, which is what I did. And you'll literally learn so much. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if I've watched like or listened to 6 months worth of
podcasts.
Probably easily.
Yeah.
On prep, I was listening to one a day pretty much.
Yeah. I had,
on my
you know,
walks.
when you get your Spotify Rewind,
Yeah.
I had one that was like, this year you've listened to 24 days worth of.
Really?
So I think it was. I don't know if it was J3's one or.
J3 University probably is the best, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, it's really good.
But once I get hooked into something like that, it's like a bit obsessive until I finish
Yeah.
it. So
To be fair, we could give a few examples of podcasts we listen to.
yeah, I mean, for most people watching this, like the ones that we listen to, potentially wouldn't be a good.
It's not a good starting
brilliant
point.
To
starting
be
point.
fair, I only listen to that once you're in urine.
Yeah, even that you'll
Literally.
you'll
You're
learn a
gonna
lot
learn
from
so
that.
much. Yeah. Yeah.
There's like different levels, isn't there? Entry point's definitely YouTube. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Like entry point. Go
Jeff Nippard.
Yeah, go watch Jeff
Yeah.
Nippard.
I've watched Jeff.
He's got loads of stuff on his.
Even Greg Doucette, it's too annoying.
No, I can't stand him. No
He's
way.
too annoying.
It's mad though. Like we were on about this to it's Harry, isn't it? Here.
Harry,
Yeah.
We were on about the PT course, for example.
Oh my god.
It's like that's like the most like professional thing you can do, but it's like the worst standard
Yeah.
thing. Like
Yeah.
you can learn what you learn on a PT course in about 10 minutes on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy.
And also, Chris, just ask me questions whenever you want to, mate. I think sometimes he feels bad about using up my time, but he's,
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what you're there for.
yeah.
That's part of the reason why we're trying to just develop the education side of things as well,
Yeah.
aren't we?
Yeah.
We're putting up loads of courses onto the site, hopefully in the next few months, that will cover like all of the basics and then going into more advanced stuff as well. Then anything after that, after YouTube and podcasts, most of the stuff people are talking about there is like pretty set in stone. That's probably true as long as you find the right people. If there's anything new that comes out, I will look at said study that actually shows that and I'll read it. But most of the time you can't take it for gospel. Like you
Like
can't.
the people they use in the studies, the amount
Yeah.
of people it was done on.
So if you're reading a study like that, read it, take it for what it is, and then go, that might help some people, but it's probably
With a
not
pinch
going
of
to make
salt,
a huge
yeah.
amount of difference. So read it, take it in. It might come in a couple of years that it's actually a big lesson, but for now, you sort of got to, like you said, take it with a pinch of salt.
Yeah.
So the question's done.
I believe so. Let's finish
Have the
off.
plan,
Yeah, let's
please.
finish off the pod with the HL's off plan of the week. This is the
This
second
is
round we do
brutal. I
this.
can't believe you've done this.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
For reference, Leo's on 1,100 calories today.
Today, yeah, literally today.
So the first off plan meal of the week, if you've not seen it, we had this like protein cereal.
Kind of mid.
I think we gave it like a 6 point something out of 10.
Yeah.
It wasn't great, but these are looking awesome, Ryan. Do you want to pass them over?
mate.
Lawrence
Lawrence has shaved his beard.
has had a trim, shaved his beard. He's
live
looking
on
good.
pod.
Right, off plan
Ooh,
meal of the week.
Those looking
Looks
handsome.
good. He should look after himself more, you know.
Innit?
Let's put this here. Off plan meal of the week. We've got some homemade scones. Now, unfortunately, you can't actually try these because they're homemade. But we'll quickly eat
Can I
these.
smell one?
The question is, do you go jam first or do you go...
No.
clotted
you
cream
don't go,
first?
You go cream first.
You go both, don't you?
Yeah, you'll go both, but what do you put on first?
Oh yeah, the cream.
That's pretty set in stone.
Oh my god. That looks banging.
This is actually
Is there
brutal.
another spoon?
I'm so glad we
Is there only
start.
one spoon?
HL, can I smell it?
Yeah.
I'm so glad we start this podcast after prep.
Oh my lord. HL, make sure you've made some of them for...
Yeah, I actually will. I'll bring them to your last show,
yeah.
whenever it is.
Or
Oh, is that the one in Germany? I don't think I can...
No, WNBF.
WNBF.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Just make sure they're ready and ship them to Ryan or something.
Where is WNBF?
Birmingham.
I
Oh,
want
is
to
that-
go to that Hanbo burger place. That looks unreal.
To be
Off plan
honest,
of the week.
after WNBF, even if you qualify for America, I'm fine with having a meal after the
Yeah.
show. Because America will be in like
I
4
don't
weeks.
want one after Hearts or the Germany show or
Mate,
the
I don't think you
finals
have time, to be
because
honest.
yeah, I haven't got time and I'd be satisfied with just a massive bowl of oats. To be
Yeah.
honest,
Yeah, you were saying that.
I
the
just
other
want
day,
to feel
actually.
full. Yeah, that's all it is. I just want to eat a meal and go. Okay, I actually don't want to eat anything else right now.
That won't happen, mate.
These are really nice.
The
So,
jam looks banging. I just
Yeah,
want to
it's
eat the
really
jam.
nice. I'll be honest. It's a lot better than the cereal.
Oh, mate, this is really good.
We'll give it a rating. Not that it matters because you're gonna have to make your own scones, but you basically put flour, sugar, eggs, and some other stuff together and butter. Whack it in. Sultans as well. Bosh, you got some scones. What are you saying, Ryan? Out of 10?
Holly will be watching, and Holly definitely made them, so be careful. And she's downstairs right now.
Ryan's in deep thought.
You know what? Texture's really good. Like, not too dry, not too wet. I'm going 9.1.
9.1. Wow, that's strong. I'll give it a. For a scone, to be fair, I don't think it could be any better. But there's better foods than scones, so
I think I had a scone like
I'll give it
10 years.
Right
8.
now, the only food I want is a scone.
8. I'll give it an 8.8. Awesome.
Hopefully, not next pod, but the pod after, I'll actually be filling up a bit.
Yeah.
So I might be sat here with like a whole sleeve of Snacker Jacks.
Yeah.
And like 90 gram of
Eat them all
jam.
in one go.
And we'll be jealous.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, you could just have a Snacker Jack, but
That's nearly on an hour. So
let's wrap it
we're going to leave the podcast there. Thank you very much for watching. As usual, I hope you've learnt something from this. If you did, share it with a mate, put it on your stories, because the only way that other people can learn is by sharing it. So hopefully you learn a little bit.
Actually ask some like interesting questions as well.
Yeah. Pre-pod.
It doesn't have to be about gym though. Like,
Tom's question was great, man.
yeah, but
Yeah,
do you know what I
some
mean?
of those questions were really good, to be fair.
Yeah, but we did
Which
say
one?
it doesn't always have to be gym related.
Yeah, we don't just go to the gym. That's like,
I do actually have a life as well.
yeah, it's like an hour and a half of the day, like 4 days a week.
Yeah.
I do quite a lot of other stuff, like make scones and eat curry. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the pod. If you did, like, subscribe, comment, share, all of that jazz. And we'll see you in the next one. Thanks, bye.
City.
Bye-bye.
Steezy peeps.
I'm starving. I'm so hungry. Right, what have we got to get through? Because like, I actually really want food.